Hey, how to rank as a real estate agent in ChatGPT and AI search. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, what I'm going to tell you is going to happen. It's already starting to happen. So, how agents are going to be found in the future isn't going to be Google search. They're just going to do their AI, just type in what they want, and then it will come up. So, we need to know how we can get in there and start getting that advantage from those trust signals that are going to be displayed, right? So we've got to think of terms of authority, local relevance, and other trust signals that we're going to go to. Okay. AI is already pulling from these things right now. So the first one that we're going to focus on, and this is really critical, is we need to build a complete Google business profile. This is going to be a very strong trust signal for you. So you want it to include the following things: your full name, the brokerage, the service areas, your phone number, website, hours, your reviews. And I'm going to tell you later how we want to structure those, right? The services that you offer, and bios loaded with keywords. Okay, as an example, it could be, if you were in Phoenix real estate agent helping buyers, sellers, and investors in, and then the areas that you work: Gilbert, Queen Creek, Chandler, and Mesa. Why it matters. AI is pulling heavily on local data from this. So make sure you go back over yours, make the adjustments and tweaks, but that's the first thing that you want to do to be able to show up and be recommended, right? And it's really critical. So get that right. It will hurt you if it is not correct or if something is off. So just double check it, fill out that Google business profile, and that will absolutely help. Okay, number two, this one's huge. Make sure you get signed up, right? Make sure you subscribe for this YouTube channel because I'm going to bring you great things and I'm going to increase it. I'm going to really work hard to increase the things that I'm able to bring for you. And that consistency, make sure you're liking, subscribing, sharing. Really appreciate you guys. Make sure you jump into my free school groups or my paid, whichever you want. You can start with free and then go get into paid when you're serious. But you want to do this because you're going to have advantages from that. All right, let's get into number two. Create hyper local content. Generic content loses, but local is going to win. So, an example: if you're doing the best neighborhoods in Gilbert for families, moving to Queen Creek in 2026, pros and cons of living in Phoenix, Gilbert market update June 2026. So, that really hyper specific, it's going to help build authority. Now, you can put this across, I would want this across various channels. Okay. So, if it's Facebook content, that's fine. If it's Instagram, TikTok, great. Where else would I want it pulling from? YouTube. That is searched a lot and it will recommend videos more and more. I'm seeing that. So make that content, get to once a week as fast as you can, and then we'll start building off that. Um, do that for sure. Okay. Number three, this is where you want to use schema on your website. So you're going to add local businesses, real estate agent, um, frequently asked questions, review, right? This helps AI understand who you are, where you work, and what you specialize in. So you want to really be feeding clean data that it can read. Okay. So on your website, make sure it's matching, right, what you have in for your Google business profile, but you can add some of those things in there. Okay. It's a good thing to have. It's going to help solidify. And of course, you can create, content on your website if you want to. That's going to be reinforcing those things that we've talked about in the other ones. Okay. Number four, answer real questions online. Make content around the things that are trending and being searched, right? Like, should I buy now in 2026? And then make it even more specific in the area, whatever city you're working in. That's a question that people are searching all the time because they don't know with interest rates, what's going to happen in the market. There's a lot of uncertainty. So people are searching that question. So we want to create that, right? So that we can answer those. How much down payment do I need? Another good one. It's a common one that's searched. Now you can add, of course, your local areas that you want to do it, and you can add the year, right? Even the month if you want it to really respond. Uh, Questions is such a city overpriced? When's the best time to sell in, right? If it's Arizona, okay? AI loves question and answer formats. So what I would want you to do is create these every week of questions that you can answer. Look for the trending topics. If you're not sure, get in my page and I'll post some things that you can do. But best places to put it, YouTube for sure. Long format works very well. Blogs, Facebook posts, frequently asked pages. But you want to start building out those questions all the time, and you want frequency of it. So let's say if it's seeing your particular information, you're answering variations of the questions over and over again. Let's say you do it, every few weeks or a couple times a month, you're going to rank higher because it's pulling that up and it's seeing that you're really good at answering that question consistently, maybe in slightly different ways or different formats, but that's going to help you rank even higher because it's seeing the frequency that you're answering. Okay, number 5. It's another great one. Get more reviews. Okay, but with detail. So it's a little different. We don't just want to say, hey, Frank was great. Thanks, right? Get better is going to be, hey, Frank to help us buy a home in Gilbert negotiated 15,000 off the asking price. See how that got a little bit more specific? So better version is adding the location plus the service keywords are going to matter more. So when you're kind of helping, get those reviews from people, show them some examples of ones you've had in the past that really go into greater detail with what you were able to provide for them. And you can even give them, like I said, give them some examples so they understand what you're looking for and just tell them that, hey, this really helps the rankings in AI. So you can just say what happened, but just into specific detail of the areas that I was able to help with would be huge for me. Okay. Number 6, be consistent everywhere. So your name, phone, brokerage, a website, it has to match across all of it. If it's this is where I want you to go check everything out. Okay, do me this favor after you watch this and hopefully like, subscribe, join the free paid, right? All that. But go to Zillow and check your name, phone, brokerage, your website. It's got to match. Realtor.com, your Facebook accounts, your Instagram accounts, your YouTube, LinkedIn, your Google business profile, which we mentioned the very first thing, right? Consistency is going to strengthen that trust. So make sure you correct any of those errors or that it's very much matching across. Okay, for sure Zillow, Realtor.com, LinkedIn, for sure Google business profile. Just make sure on everything you're doing. And if you make a change, okay, if you join a different brokerage or whatever, or switch or something, just make sure you update it across the board because it will hurt you if you do not. Okay, number 7. This is another one that it loves. Create best of and comparison content. I love these two, but example, best communities in whatever city under a certain price. And of course, you can add in years, months, or whatever if you want it exact. But even from basic level, it likes that a lot. You can compare 2 cities like Chandler versus Gilbert. Okay, where the pro and cons are comparing. The best schools in Queen Creek. Okay, I like secret one for you guys because this crush for a coaching client was dog parks. Got a lot of business from that, doing videos on that. So best golf communities in Arizona, since we're using this. But creating best of and comparison content is very worthwhile with AI in particular. Okay, I often surface comparison content a lot. Okay, number 8, make video content. If we haven't gotten into this is what it's seeking. These are what the algorithm's favoring, right? So this is huge. AI search increasingly referencing videos. So best neighborhood tours, market updates, frequently asked videos, home buyer mistakes, seller tips. So you can create all of this kind of content Now, your lane should be strong here already, especially if coaching with me. You know I'm going to have you be doing this, but you got to create that content because that's going to continue to rank higher and higher. So make sure you're doing it. Um, and keep going. It's going to pay off. Not necessarily this moment, this second. It will build, but it will definitely pay off in the future. So I'm trying to help you now so that you can really, really dominate those spaces or give yourself the best chance to do so. Okay, number 9, create niche authority. Okay, so pick a couple niches that you can absolutely dominate, right? So first time buyers, get those webinars, get those seminars, create the guides, do all those things and blast that out, right? Make your content. If it's relocations, that's awesome. Okay. There's so many great opportunities in that. Create the guides, create all of those things. The post, your YouTube content, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Luxury, right? I think I did a video on all of these, but these are great ones. Divorce, right? Probate, VA buyers, downsizing. Example, Arizona VA home specialist helping military families relocate. So now you can build your niche authority around it. Then I want you to make content, right? Every day, make something about that. Have those conversations. Okay. Start winning those areas. Now I know we're going to say, well, we do all of it. Yeah, I know, but still niche down into the areas that you can start to build out. Okay. And then do things of that every day and then some kind of events. I would have, honestly, at least once a month at a minimum. Okay. And it helps relevant AI match the intent. So it's going to give you very much an advantage if it really sees that you're an authority in that space. Okay. Number 10. This one's a gold mine. Publish original data. So I do this, and this is probably the most one that I see people not doing, at least for the stuff that I'm trying to have them do. Okay. If you're doing the monthly market reports, now you can do different variations. And I think in my paid coaching, I have many variations of this. So you can figure out exactly what to do to create different kind of content. So it kind of focuses on other things, but it's still that marketing report. It's great stuff. You can have local inventory reports. You can have price reduction reports, days on markets, right? All of these things that you want, if you want to learn how to do it, get in that paid top deals of the week. Original local data will make you quotable. These are things that help. So if you're not doing this, and I don't think that many people are, I think sometimes we rely on title or loan. I want you to be able to customize it where it's coming from you because you're going to have the advantage of that, and then it's going to help rank you higher for that information. So if you are relying on that, getting my paid and let's get this done so that you can be in control of it and it will help you rank. So you really want to be doing this. And I would honestly say every week, even if you're mixing it up each day. Okay, your AI bio formula. Here's another thing. You want to use this everywhere. So this is just an example. Hey, Frank Driscoll is a real estate agent in Arizona specializing in Gilbert, Queen Creek, and Phoenix. He helps buyers, sellers, and investors and agents with market insights, negotiation strategies, and local expertise. Known for his YouTube content, coaching, and hands-on guidance. Okay, obviously apply it to yours. Create the things that are going to be relevant for you and what you specialize in. But that gives the AI what? It gives you your name, the location, the specialty, the audience, the authority, the content footprint, okay? AI is going to rank people very similar to the way we do with relevance plus trust plus repetition. So if we're doing these things over and over, it's going to give us a massive edge over competition that don't really know. They're just doing the regular thing. They're not specializing it to build and understanding how that ranking is happening right now and going to be happening. So if your name keeps showing up attached to Arizona real estate questions, you're going to increase your odds of it being surfaced, right? And if you're making content, especially video, daily, right? Or once a week, if that's where we're at, I'll meet you where you're at, but let's just keep improving. You're going to have a much greater chance if you're creating something that people are searching about and they're seeing it over and over for you. So you're starting to gain right? That relevance, trust, and repetition. Kind of know, like, trust, but on an AI side. That's going to start to compound fast. All right, guys, you made it to the end. Great job, right? And this is a lot. I know this is something that not everyone is really like preparing for. We're not really sure. But the problem is, by the time that everyone kind of knows, it's a little too late because now people are ahead and they've been doing it for 6 months, a year, 2 years. So you're going to get a massive advantage, right, by doing this right now. So I want you to make sure, and if you need any help, I'll help you. Just like I said, get in the paid, reach out, even in free. I'll help you do what you need to do and take a look at something and see if it makes sense or little tweaks here and there, or help schedule, like for sure in the paid, I'll schedule, hey, I want you to do this, this, and this. And you're just going to start to have those advantages. Okay. So hopefully it's helped. Please give it a like. Please subscribe. 80% or not. It's crazy of how many people watch, and we're just going to keep building and doing more and more of these. So I promise you this is going to be worth it, even if it's just 1% improvement each day for you. That's fine. Just take something small and build upon it. We're going to win like that together. Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.